wrong thing to do. Don't, child. I didn't even know her that long, but it felt like a long time, if that makes sense. So I felt like I could be open and like, just open and vulnerable with her, like just talk about some shit. So one time she called me. Did I call her or she called me? I don't remember. But she said her aunt, she basically was just like her aunt out of town and she's house sitting, and her aunt was asking her what kind of groceries so she buy for the house, so Big A can be in the house the period that her aunt was out, so she can watch the pets, take the pets out and walk the dog, just do a whole bunch of stuff, just house sit and take care of the pets, the plants, all that shit, right? So she calls me for entertainment because I don't think there was much to do in that house that she hasn't already done at her house, if like that's making sense to y'all. So she would call me and we would talk. So she's taking me on trips to the store to get beer, and we're just talking about her plans to go see certain people in concert. Just me being like a goofy fun idiot with this girl and just like having a ball. This is where I get vulnerable. Now, this is where like I fucked up, because I feel like I fucked up because I didn't think this would be used against me in a court of law to make it seem like I hate this person so much, when that wasn't it at all. Like, I was just trying to like be open and vulnerable with you and tell you like, bitch, I'm hurt. Like, I'm hurt. But you took that hurt and made it seem like I hate this person to do. We're just gonna get into that, but let me finish where I left off. So me and her get on the phone and we're having like a moment, I would say. And the moment becomes about this person, this dude. My God. We're gonna call him C, because literally, yeah. So if you're watching the C, this is where you come into play, and you gonna know why. Okay, so me and her are having a conversation. No, she's having a conversation with me about C. It's like she feels like, I don't know how she feels like this for me personally, because the way I look at it, C wasn't even on that much the way I was online with you. Like, back then I had motion going on, but it wasn't enough motion for me to be like offline or barely like have time for Woo's World, except for at nights where I can like unwind and like relax because I'm going to bed type shit, the way like I'm doing now. But back then I had motion, but it wasn't like motion to where like I didn't have freedom. Like, I had more freedom than motion, which was not good. I had to like have an even amount of both, which I have now. So she was like, I don't remember the bits of the whole conversation, but I remember like the parts I remember. So to break it down to y'all, she feels like I was a lapdog to C, and that I was following C everywhere, like a little loose puppy, and how I should stop following C around like a lapdog because this girl, we're gonna call her Little A, was right. Little A was right about me following C like a lapdog and not having a mind of my own, and like I'm so far up C's ass, like I forget who I am. And she knows pretty well that C don't give a fuck about me, and C barely follows me anywhere. C be doing his own thing and forgets about me and I guess she was trying to insinuate see forgot about her too, but I'm not peeping it at the time, right? And this is where I decide to get vulnerable with her. Like I'm gonna actually admit, like I actually cried about this to her, and she took it as like I hate Steve so much, and that really what it is. Like this was just me feeling some type of way about the person C was seeing at the time, and the private conversation me and C had. Well, was it private? It wasn't like in the group chat, but nobody in the group chat was on, so it was kind of private because no one was on. One out of the two, okay? And like we talked about, I'm trying to like, okay, basically it was something that was taken out of context from C's end, okay? And I thought me and C were cool, and then it's a whole like I'm trying not I don't want to put it out there, but see, if you're watching this, then you know what I'm about to say. Then I'm just gonna put it in the shortest terms. If you know, you know. I thought me and C were cool after the whole conversation we had about something that I did was taken out of context. I thought we were good, and then C's new John popped up. I felt some type of way about C's new John, and I was trying to like be cool about it and not let it pressure me. So, but at the same time, it was pissing me off. And then what made it even worse was that she was PCing me. Like I was trying to be the bigger part. Like I was trying to like, how do I explain? Okay, I just got cool with Shorty. You feel me? I just got cool with her. So me and her are trying to build some type of bond and be cool. But see, I'm trying to do this. That John got cool with C, and I'm like, you know, I'm not that dumb. I just picked like 1 and 2 and put together, and I'm like, okay, cool. This is what it is, cool, whatever. I was trying to be cool with it and keep it pushing so that we could all like kumbaya and be friends and act like I don't care, even though I do care, and that it don't bother me, even though it do bother me. But at the same time, Shorty was making it 10 times worse. Like, I'm dead, like y'all, like I'm dead ass, bro. Like Shorty was making it 10 times worse because I'm trying to like go in there like a whole like straight narrow like head and like push like everything aside. Shorty made it 10 times worse because every time shit went down or she and he had a whole conversation about something or like a romantic period in whatever they had going on, she would PC me about it. And I'm just like, you bitch, I literally want to PC her and be like, bitch, I'm trying to prosper. Bitch, I'm trying to like kumbaya. Bitch, I'm gonna have like a whole like damn near like I'm trying to be cool with you even in the midst of shit, but you're making it so freaking hard because you keep PCing me about something like I don't care about, but I care about. If that makes sense. You're making it so hard because I try not to care about it, but you're making it really hard for me because you keep like PCing about every little moment that's happening between y'all, and I'm trying, like, at the same time, I'm trying to be a good friend to you and support you with this straight face behind the screen. But I was the fakest shit I ever done because like I did it with her, and at the same time I have to say, whoo, Ooh, child, the way my jelly bean was eating me up inside of the whole situation, I'll be real, see, like, the way it was hitting me up in that whole situation, I wanted to tell her some things, but I had to be woman enough, and just, you know, I'm just let it go. Let it go. Let it the fuck go. Cause like I can laugh back at it now, cause like I let go of that shit. She was trying me without even know. Woo! Okay, but like that's what happened. That's literally like the whole. If you don't peep it, I'm sorry. I cannot help you. Only person that can understand it is the person that I said in this damn video when he sees this video. So I was just like open to her about that situation. I was being open and vulnerable and crying to her about just that situation I just told y'all. I didn't say I hate C. I didn't see none of that. I was just crying my eyes out. I don't remember what I said when I was crying, but it wasn't nothing bad. Like I was just crying, and she was like, you know what? She's like, that shit I'm talking about. She was like, that shit I'm talking about. You should stop following C like a lost puppy. Be your own woman. Go make other friends. Like, you clearly see how C is. She don't give a fuck. C be moving weird. C, no. At the end of the day, she was like, at the end of the day, blah. She said the name that they know me as, and she was like, be your own woman, stop following C around like a lost puppy, and you can make other friends, because at the end of the day, she was like, at the end of the day, C's already replaced all of us one by one. And I'm about to ask her how she knew this, or I think I just went back to cooking, because I remember I was cooking that day, but I was crying and cooking, and I was trying I was supposed to ask her like what she meant by like C replaced all of us, but now I know what she meant by that. Future conversation, gonna hit it with you right now. Okay, so I was like, yeah. Yo, my dumb ass, I remember my dumb ass was like, I'ma try. No, what am my answer? I was like, you don't understand, like, y'all don't understand. I was like, I keep saying y'all when the really context is you don't understand. But I kept saying y'all don't understand, like, it's different with C, like, it's so different, like, it's a whole different thing, like, you don't understand, like, I'm like, my loyalty, like, I said some shit to her about C. It wasn't nothing bad, it was actually really some really good shit, and she was like, I know, and then she said some smart shit. It wasn't smart, like, smart insulting shit. It was like shit that made sense, but we ain't gonna speak on it. Okay, so she was like, I get it, but you have to learn to be your own woman and separate yourself from C, because he already done replaced us. I said what I said, and I said I would try. Yeah. So I'm still mad about what I talked to her about earlier with the whole new John situation. So I distance myself, and then she snaps me and says, I'm real proud of you. It was a snap or a call, I wanted to, where she says she's real proud of me, that she noticed that in these past few weeks I haven't like followed C around like a lapdog. I haven't done A, B, and C with C, like whole like followed by T, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I haven't done all that with C. Like, I haven't done this T's ass for like 2 weeks. She's proud of me. Like, I'm being my own woman. I'm having my own identity, whatever. Okay, so here's where shit gets hit off the fan. So me and her are like doing streaks. Y'all, we're close to 100. Me and her just catching up on the phone. The last conversation I had with her was briefly when she was going to redo her hair, and her folks were like hugging up that one bathroom. So she put hair dye in her hair, and Big A had to come up with a solution to take the box dye out of her hair before it burned her scalp and she lost all that nice hair. So me and her having a conversation about it, and I'm suggesting like she do it in the sink, and she's like, no, if I do it in the sink, it's about to be like World War III. And I'm like, okay. She suggests the hose. She asks the owner of the house if she can use the garden hose, and I guess they say yes. So she tries to adjust the garden hose to where like it don't like and drown her. Like it's just, light enough water that she can get the stuff out of her hair and do what she gotta do for the hair. That was, I swear to God, I feel like that was the last conversation we had, because my brain done erased everything up to like that little moment, whatever. Okay, keep going. So me and her have a kiki session. I'm catching up with her. Everything is cool, right? Cool, fine, whatever. Okay. I'm on Woo's World. I believe. Well, I'm on Woo's World on Instagram. All I know is that I was just chilling. I get like a rush, like a phone call, and I hear like, when someone's like crying, but it sounds like they're laughing. So I'm waiting for her to say the joke, like, what the fuck is so funny? And I realized she's at the club, and I'm like, okay, it's one of them club stories that are gonna be mad funny that she always tells me about, because every time we're on the phone, it's a joke about her going to the club, or like some like club tea, right? I peeped, like, it took me a good 10 minutes to realize it's the gall that Big A laughing. She crying, like, y'all, like, she crying. Like, she is literally legit crying. So, like, I'm like, oh, fuck. Something happened. Like, something, like, freaking happened. So I'm trying to, like, after I remind myself, like, it's not a joke. It's not a joke. Like, it's no club ass joke. Like, something done happen. It's an actual 411 best friend emergency. Like, you really gotta like cut the shits. Not time to joke. So she's crying and she's like, hello. I'm like, baby, like, what's wrong? Like, babe's like, what's wrong? And she's like, and like she's crying and talking. You know how those girls are, and get emotional. Like, we'll cry and talk, and like you can't really hear anything. That's mostly the cries of the talk, but you're trying to make it out. So she's crying and talking, and then she's telling me about this guy that we've had like multiple conversations about, like from the day she to the day she, yeah. So long story short, she found out that she got played in the enormous way, because he came with a whole nother John and linked up with a whole nother John, and that John wasn't her. And I'm trying to assure her, like, you're gonna be fine. She's like, I feel like shit. She's downgrading herself as a woman, and she feels like she isn't worth anything in the world, and that she's shit. And I'm uplifting her. I'm telling her everything's gonna be okay. You're fine. It's not you. It's him. All that type of stuff. Like, I'm assuring her, and she's like, oh, she's like, no, da 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 da, and then she hangs up. I thought her phone died. I'm trying to call her back to back, no answer. So I like give her like a day, and then I text her or I call her, and then she says she's gonna have like her day and get herself together. And I tell her, take all the time you need to heal and evaluate what you're going to do moving forward. If you need anything, someone to talk to, someone to vent to, I am the Oprah. I'm literally the Oprah and the Dr. Phil in a situation when I am stable and I'm not going through a heartbreak. Do not. I am not that person when I'm going through it. I just cry and I get mad and a whole bunch of other shit. But I was being that type of person to her. And she's like, I'm gonna go, I'm gonna call you later. So I'm thinking, we're cool. Everything is fine. It's kumbayaing. And boom, the shit drops the fan. So out of nowhere, and I literally mean out of nowhere, because the way they put it out and the context they said it in, it made it seem like I joined in the festivities when really I was sprung into it and I was mad surprised what the fuck was going on. So this is what happened. Okay. I'm like, chilling, doing my own thing, and then I'm on Snapchat and I get like, new group has been made. Boom. I'm like, what the fuck? Like, I'm looking at it and I'm like, I'm thinking like it's one of like Big A's like little like Kiki troll fest, like we all like jokingly make fun of somebody or whatever. But the group chat said, everybody hates C. I'm like, what the fuck? And I'm confused and I'm like, y'all probably just joking. Y'all probably just motherfucking joking, whatever. Someone's typing. It's like some hatred ass words are going around. And they're calling C phony. Bitch, like they calling C, I don't mean them, I mean Big A and Big C. They just be calling C out of his name. And I'm looking, I'm like, what the fuck is going on? Like, I can't say shit, but I gotta know what's going on. And then Big A says my name, and then she's just dropping a bomb and saying Big C is so fake and da-da-da. And I'm like, what's going on? And then they're both like, how they went on Who's World and they saw Big C in a room and they tried to talk to him while he was with other people, and Big C ignored them, so they left. And I'm like, okay. And they were like, he's fake and he's phony and da-da-da-da. And then out of nowhere, Purple go talk about, and he flirty, and he did this with me, and he did A, B, C, D, E, F, G with me, and I'm like, okay. Like, I'm trying to process the group chat being made itself about Big C. This is just a little too much for me. So then Big A was like, I told Purple about the conversation we had the other day. I said, what? She's like, yeah, I told Purple about the conversation we had the other day. I said, who? Like, just this. Okay, this is where I had a problem with, and I'm gonna be very honest with her, and I don't care. She doesn't watch my shit, but here's the problem I have with her. Okay, I opened up, not that Purple is a stranger, because she's not. I'm cool with her, but me and her don't have like an individual bond the way I have with you and everybody else. Like, I'm literally still trying to find a bond with her, like something that bonds us together. We're cool, we're friends, like I love her to death at the time, but me and her didn't have that bond where like we talk about shit. Like, we had a one-time bond that was about something she was going through, and it wasn't just for us, it was for everybody in the group chat, because she was relating to everybody in the group chat. Me and you have a bond away from everyone in the group chat. So I was opening up to you on some one-on-one shit. Not for you to go and tell this girl the one-on-one vulnerable conversation we had. That what pissed me off the most. I'm like, bro, now you're using my vulnerability story as like a hate, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, some hate shit. Like, I hate C, and I love this man to, like, ooh, I'm about to expose myself. No, but like, the love I got for C is like some like loyalty type shit. Like, I don't play about my friendships or my bond, because I look at everyone as like, boop, like we locked in. So I don't play about him like that when it comes to that type of shit. So when you're using like me being like vulnerable about something, even though I know what it is, but at the same time it hurts me because the understanding wasn't really the understanding, that's when like shit like goes out of proportion. So let me get into it.